Hi, Mister. I am Narváez Canales Yasmani Rubén. I talk about education in Ecuador. An introduction. In our world, knowledge is power and educational empowers education. Is an indispensable part of the development equation and has intrinsic value which go far beyond the economic dimension to give people the ability to decide their own destiny. Education in the story of Ecuador. When Ecuador was established in 1830, the state entirety in charge of organizing the educational system was the General Directorate of Studies, and a Bolivarian institution that adapted itself to the needs of the new state nation. It also dates from the time of the first organic law on Republican instruction. We will have to wait to the arrival of the government of President Vicente Rocafuerte in the years 1835, 1839 for the first educational policy proper to development in the year 1836. Through decrees of crucial importance, Rocafuerte created the General Directorate of Institution and Inspection of Studies for each province and the regulatory degree of public instruction, excluding federal university students from the year 1980s. In those departments, the country had 8 schools, 1 female, and 219 schools, 30 female, which together covered a student population in just over 13,000. ¿Cómo se dice 13,000? 13,000. 13,000. 13. 13,000. 13,000 students. Individuals, families, and society have the right and responsibility to participate in educational process. Based on regulation, this chapter performs a descriptive analysis of the state of school in the nation in the country Ecuador. In 1863, the legislature, which during the 19th century, I have the authority to create educational establishment, manager to transfer the organization on public instruction to a general council with provincial extensions, might of the minister of the field and representative of the church, the university and scientific and literal academies on the hand and diversity acquired competence in the management and surveillance of the school under the funds. This decentralized nature on educational system is abruptly lost the initiative President Gabriel Garcia Moreno in the years 1861, 1865. Its provision not only recreate the directions of establishment to defend the official Catholic religion, but in the law in the year 1871, the adoption in the councils in the province, the non-intervention of the municipalities with establishing free education transfer to the exclusive of all management in education, will establish free education and the right to the school, each population wing 500 children, by the number of school children was around 32,000. And the state invested 11% of the budget in public education. One of different education levels in Ecuador, Ecuadorian education is divided into the following levels. Initial education. Children's natural seeks to explore, experiment and play and creatives that they do through interaction with others, with nature and with their culture, parents, family members, and those around them is very important and must provide. Then will care, protection, and affection to ensure the formation of happy and healthy children, capable of learning and development. Basic general education. Its objective is develop the abilities, skills, ability, and competence of children of adolescents from the age 5 to continue high school students. Is the main of 10 years of compulsory are in which the skills and competencies acquired the previous stage are going to be strangers, broadened and deepened, and the basic discipline is introduction in this education in Ecuador. High school, the Unified General Curricular BGE is called last 3 years on education. When finishes the education, the graduates under the 9th high school. The main objectives of the BGU is to provide general training and interdisciplinary preparation in order to guide the development of life projects and to create to societies of responsibility, critical on sociality, human beings. It also aims at developing learners' skills and citizen skills and prepare them for work, learning, and access to higher education in Ecuador. Objectives is investigation. Overall objectives. Move towards meeting the European 2020 objectives on equity, quality, and efficiency in improving academic outcome and preventing early abandonment of the education system by implementing models based on neuroscience applied of education. Objective is specific. Improve academic performance and develop adaptation and problem solving strategies through scientific research in intentional process and executive functions. Implement and parallel nationals of training of planning neuroscience applied to education, IMIT and departments and guides, team management, teams teacher, educational community. Recognize the work in the teacher at the scale of the education system. Through nationality awards, exchange of practice of dissemination at Congress and publications. Promoted the MECD. Justification of the investigation. The meaning of its justification goes along the wall on via contribution to permanent knowledge close to education. It is hoped that information resulting from the review or research products will be useful of the knowledge that seeks to direct its students toward a varied approach that is stringent from theoretical and pedagogical approaches that allow them to perform as true professionals with high responsibility. In education, it's a human right and a social duty, which allows the develop the create potential and each individual for a better development within society, based of ethical values, work and active participation that I shared among people toward their ideas, culture, knowledge, etc. Education in Ecuador. Ecuadorian education must be framed into economic, political, reality, and crisis phases. Educational institutions, college, schools, in reflecting the lack of teaching materials and resources, causing the decline in educational achievement and academic purpose. Application is the English language educational system. A fundamental application concerns the concept of the scaffolding of the education system, which refers to the process of controlling, The elements of the task are the far from students understanding, so that he can concentrate on mastering tools that quickly grasp. And the several teachers who commented of their experience with regard to educational inclusion. However, in the end, I was chosen to choose for teachers whose knowledge and experience were more aligned with the proposed objectives. Since throughout the research, the teacher interview possibly were totally unaware of las conclusions. Through the research, the rest of the age that are part of inclusive education in Ecuador have been observed. It is evident that today there is a concept on a model of education based on inclusion. And this is promoted by the authorities through laws, plans, and projects, both nationality and cantonality. 5 tenths.